winner freeze on FloRacing. Side by side, Dan Ebert and Brandon Overton going to bring them to the green flag for 50 laps and 25,000 to win. Down into turn number 3, they're going 3 wide. Give it to Overton. He comes out with a race lead. It's going to be Troutman to second. Dan Ebert now feeling the pressure. Here comes Tucker Anderson to his inside. Here comes Big Perm Dalton Wilson. Dalton Wilson in the Longhorn to the inside. Base Racing Fuels on that entry. He is there in second. Here comes the Reaper, Ryan Gustin, and threading the needle is the 22 of Anderson. He went between the Reaper and Dan Ebert. Like me going to the buffet line in a hurry. They'll work into turn number 1.
He's going to go up to the 3rd spot, but Big Perm has now got his eyes set on Big Sexy. Coming out of turn number 4, great battle for the lead. They cross the stripe.
You got the battle of the Big Perm and the Big Sexy drivers going at it. But here comes Troutman. He's trying to close again, but they're shot out of a rocket ship. The top 2 pull away once again. And now it's on like Donkey Kong as they're going to work down into turn number 1. Troutman on the move. Cody Overton slicing and dicing his way up through the field. He's behind Tucker Anderson now. The 10 machine of Garrett Smith. Dan Ebert going in reverse in the wrong direction there in the 60 machine.
Big Perm takes a big slider. He's going to take the lead from Brandon Overton. Overton is now on the watch. I'm seeing you, Tucker. He's going to work to the outside of the Heinemann, Pennsylvania driver. Coming back to the line. And there's Big Sexy back to the inside. Big Perm's going to put the activator up into the curls, and he's going to get back up on him. Side by side in 3 and 4 as they race for the lead, Walter.
Big Perm, Dalton Wilson on the bottom. The 76 machine of Brandon Overton. Working now the back markers of the field. Chris Woods to the outside of the race leaders. Kendall Franklin directly in front of them as well. They come across the line and they continue to click the laps off. We're already 15 laps deep out of the 50. Franklin diving into the infield. And boy, they were 3 wide there with Troutman and Overton. Tucker Anderson slow. Does he have a problem? Anderson, the caution is out.
We'll get the more shout-outs in on the next caution or checker flag. They're going to hit the hammer out of 4. Here we go.
Hammer down into turn number 1. The 58 machine of Dalton Wilson, the 76 of Brandon Overton, the 10 machine of Garrett Smith. Ryan Gustin there in that 4th position, working to the top side of the speedway. The 10 of Smith. Riding in 3rd, the 58 of Dalton Wilson. He's able to work a little bit closer down the back straightaway to the 76 machine, and lap traffic getting ready to play a big factor in this one if we can keep them green between the top 2 drivers. As the laps are slipping through the hourglass. Here comes the Reaper, Ryan Gustin, looking to the inside. Ryan Gustin on the bottom, side by side, sheet metal to sheet metal, give it to the Big Perm, Dalton Wilson.
Dalton Wilson, he's going to fade back a little bit because Brandon Overton had to turn up the wick. Garrett Smith went for a nice slide, but he's going to lose too much momentum. He's going to open the door for that brand new Capital race car, Peyton Freeman. He will slide up in front of him. Now he is up to the 4th spot.
And we got him all, Dan Ebert hard into the wall in the front straightaway. Fluid coming out of that one.
They made contact coming out turn 2, went down the backstretch, got a little aggressive with each other. Nobody wanted to give when they got in turns 4. Got Mr. Ebert crossed up, and you see the end results right there. We are down to the closing laps of this one, Walter.
Brandon Overton now on the front straightaway, looking to go back to back. The only driver to really give him a challenge there in the last 20 laps is the 58 machine of Dalton Wilson. Battle 3 wide. Benji Hicks, the man on the move to the inside. Peyton Freeman working the top. He's the meat, though, in the middle of a sandwich because right in front of him is the Reaper, Ryan Gustin. This is the battle for 3rd, 4th, and 5th.
In there hard as they get back off into 1 and 2. The only man down at the bottom is 35. Benji Hicks is now starting to settle for a good run tonight. Oh, gets ran up the racetrack hard as they come out of 4, Walter.
Definitely a little casual contact there with that double nickel and the F1 machine, that Capital race car. The top 3, they are pulling away. Overton, Wilson, and Ryan Gustin, your top 3 out on the speedway. Billy Franklin in the 17 machine. He is now going to be right there in the leader's crosshairs. as he'll take to the bottom of the speedway and give way for the race leaders. And now, Dalton Wilson now starting to make his move as he works around the racing surface. White flag in the air. Brandon Overton. Wilson trying to throw everything he can behind it to see if he can get to Overton. Off the corner, Brandon Overton will sweep the weekend at the Davis Tire Winter Freeze presented by FloRacing. Dalton Wilson going to finish second. The Reaper Ryan Gustin finishing third.